Hey, the industry as we know it is showing us to become deal finders and not deal closers. In this short presentation, I want to show you how to become that investor. Show up in the sales history under your LLC and start closing more deals using other people's money. The correct way that offers results and not delays or complicated requirements. I want to show you how to double close on foreclosures and how it works. We'll be discussing how this is going to work with finding the sellers and how to find the buyers using only county records. With the foreclosure funnel system, we exclusively pull all our leads directly from the county records. This becomes our acquisition side of the system. We'll show you how to find the leads, skip trace the data, set up the email campaigns, create your opt in forms, steps included to get the first agreement signed, and then how to get the authorization to release form signed by the seller so you can finally move into making an offer on the property with all the right numbers. And then getting the AB contract signed as the buyer under your LLC. The next section we'll cover is the buyer's or disposition side. What happens after the property is under contract? This will include using county records, yes, county records to locate verified LLC investors, locating the correct APN or parcel to find the contact information, and then setting up email templates, scheduling inspections with interested parties, and then how to ensure that you get paid. And when you have that selected perfect buyer, how to proceed with the BC contract and opening title and escrow. Everything I just mentioned will be broken down into full detail to offer you clear and simple steps. Do this process enough, and you'll be able to close 1 to 3 deals a month consistently. So, when working with foreclosure county leads, the goal is for us to research and pull properties that are either 30, 60, or 90 days away from their scheduled date. This will allow us to make contact with the seller and execute the double closing strategy weeks, possibly a month in advance that fits our purchase criteria and aligns with the kind of buyers we work with in our network. Expect to come across single family homes, multifamily properties, 4 plus units, or townhome type properties with a debt amount between 125K to 500K. We strategize around 70% of the ARV with the return on investment of 45K to 60K for most of the investors we work with. This works in all 50 states. Simply type in your county or state plus the foreclosure auction list, or work with us and access our master list for statewide auctions. Once you pull the county list, you're going to need to find the contact information for these properties. County records will only give you access to the property's owner's name, or sometimes listed as defendant, and the associated property address or APN. You have two options to find the contact info. You can use the free tools like truepeoplesearch.com or a paid subscription with Deal Machine. Once your list is fully skip traced and organized using Google Sheets, your final step will be to verify the email addresses that we need using another free tool called lumbery.com. This system is built around making initial contact with these type of leads so we could get them to opt in using our forms or landing on our website. So it's top priority that every email we use is clean and verified. Next, now that we have the property lists and verified emails, we would need to set up our campaigns and create an inbound system. This could be handled two ways. If you choose free, you can manually send emails every 3 days. And if you choose the paid version, you'll be added to my pro account as a team member and offered automations that do the follow up for you. We offer a 5 step sequence system that nurtures and builds trust for you. Once you get someone to fill out your contact form or contact us form, you can start the process to get an option contract signed. We offer free tools and resources to help you write better emails and increase your deliverability rates, open rates, and guaranteed 100% straight to the inbox. Set up once a month and attend weekly meetings to learn how to close the conversation. Opt-in forms is going to be your bread and butter of your business. A2P and 10DLC compliant softwares are becoming more and more regulated by phone carriers like T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T are cracking down on the auto dialers and how you reach your ideal motivated seller. With our opt-in system, you skip expensive ads, monthly subscriptions, and hiring VAs that are outside of the 9 to 5 budget. Choose between Google Forms using Google Sheets or request a partnership link from me to help you build your website and get that up and running in 24 to 72 hours for as little as $35.88 and get 12 months coverage with a free domain. Once they agree to opt in, this is now your chance to reach out to them and reach out to the seller and move them through the next steps in the foreclosure funnel system. Attend weekly meetings to go over proven techniques to understand how to follow up and guarantee more replies because more replies means more contracts. The first contract or agreement you'll get access to is the option contract, our primary agreement in handling the first step of our system. This is required to gain your equitable interest in helping the homeowner market the deal to our buyer's network or active flippers in your selected county or state. The option fee is optional, but if needed, required to make the contract binding and true. The next form you'll be dealing with is the authorization to release form. This is one of the two forms you use when dealing with sellers because when it comes to foreclosures, we need to be able to gain permission to speak with the lenders and lawyers assigned to the case. And this is to help us to make sure that the numbers are accurate and verified before we make an offer. This also is our chance to check in with the lender and go over some options and get approval for third party payoff. Once we have concluded our due diligence window, which is typically between the first 24 and 72 hours, we draw up our official AB contract or exercise our first agreement and our deal closing strategy. This will include making an offer to the seller, lender approves of our offer, and we're able to open up title and escrow and submit our formal EMD or earnest money deposit. Okay, now since everything with the seller is taken care of, what's next when all the agreements and contracts are signed and lender approves? Now we need to find the buyer. Type in your county or state plus property address search. This will bring you to the county website that will allow you to look through property records. The way that this works is you are simply using the county parcel's map by expanding the radius or in some states and counties selecting the adjoiner locations. You can quickly see the other information on the nearby properties. So what does this mean? This means you can also see the property owner's data and sales history, time it was purchased, how much was paid for the property at the time of the sale, and allowing you to see potential LLC names. And if you see a repeating LLC on the multiple properties, then you just found your next verified buyer. The LLC name you found is just a starting point. You are now going to have to look for this LLC, and once you do, how do you verify or look up if they're actually an LLC? Simple. Use property search county records that gives you the name and then look up that LLC under the Department of State Entity Search just by typing in their LLC. And you get access to their state registered agent and associated business or property address information. You'll then take those credentials and skip trace them using Deal Machine. If you're under our one-time fee program or using free resources like Google Search or Open Corporates, this will allow you to search the LLC nationwide. Then, just like your seller's approach, you'll reach out to your list of compiled buyers using Mail Meteor. The only difference is that the email templates you use will be about your deal details and then a call to action for a buyer to sign up for a walkthrough and see the property on the scheduled dates and times. Your template will include things like asking price, property address, ARV, rehab cost, assignment fee, close of escrow, and then your EMD amount. And then a call to action or CTA is for them to pick a time and date where they want to go and see the property from the available scheduled times. Now that your inspection is scheduled, what's next? How do you handle the inspection dates? This is usually handled through your buyers. They go out and meet the seller. If it's more than one buyer, we typically get an agent involved to handle the check in and walkthrough. This is where alerts and updates, check ins with who actually showed up, and then post follow up with thank yous and requests for final offers with a deadline. Like, hey, thanks for showing up. You have until Monday, 5 p.m. to submit your offer. Look out for another email or SMS link to submit your offer, feedback in 24 to 48 hours. Now that you have the seller's agreement and interested buyers, what happens when you find that one is ready to purchase it? How do you protect yourself? We use what's called an acquisition fee agreement, your NDA contract that has the necessary contingencies to ensure the buyers understand how you're getting paid, and a protection clause for non circumvention. This secures your payment with the buyers, along with building a file for each one to add to your business Rolodex for future deals. This agreement is good per deal and can be modified for 12 months of service. And finally, your BC contract. This is your last contract in your double closing process. Once all parties involved, from the seller to the lender to the buyer, have agreed upon price, you can now officially send them your BC contract. At this point, you have both your AB and BC contracts ready for submission. Matching information on both contracts is important. Same address, same terms and conditions, closing dates, and any related EMD amounts. Then you simply send both contracts, contact information, and submit it all to your transactional lender. No worries. We get access to multiple lenders in our community who can help you close your deal and bring the required funds. They charge on average 1.5% of the purchase price up to $1 million dollars and $1,500 minimum per request paid on the back end at closing from your profits. If you need help running calculations or understanding how to structure your offers on day three, attend the weekly meetings and I'll walk you through it step by step. Thanks for watching this short presentation on how we close foreclosures using double closing lenders. 100% purchase price, no rehab costs required. Make anywhere from 25K to 50K on all your deals. Get access to your free tools and resources to analyze deals and know what your exit strategy is. If you're new to the system, text DEAL to 814-831-9853. And if you've already started the process with us, see you at the next meeting.